Hello, my name is Hunter Smith, and I'm going to be interviewing my 18-year-old sister. This is for period 4. Okay, do you have any regrets?
Yes, I do. Yesterday, instead of studying for my AP Psychology test on abnormal psychology, I marathoned Pride and Prejudice, the 1995 BBC miniseries. And I don't regret it, but I do because I kind of failed the test.
How's it like to be in AP courses?
In AP classes? Why, you want to sleep forever and regret you ever took it. No, but seriously, they're seriously the best classes you could ever have, and you won't regret it, but I'm sure you'll love it very much.
What college are you going to?
University of Central Florida. Go Knights!
Wait, why are you going there?
I'm going there because it's in Orlando. And because it has what I need. Don't go to colleges because it's in Orlando, right by Disney World. Go there because it has what you need.
What is
Such
it
as,
need?
I want to be a film director. And ironically enough, Disney's right there. And you know what Disney is? Film company. And you know what you can also do? Make connections. Therefore, I'm very smart.
What do you do for money?
What do I do for money? Absolutely nothing but wait for my birthday, of course. And Christmas and Easter.
Who's your best friend?
My best friend? Well, if I tell you, I'd have to kill you. I actually don't really have a best friend. I consider all of my friends best friends because that's favoritism, and you don't want to do favoritism. Because if you call one person your best friend, and then the other person who considers you their best friend is like, wait, I'm not your best friend, well, it's just going to turn into a fight, and you don't want that. So everyone's my friend, and my best friend, and my enemy.
What are some advantages you have? Do you use them?
Well, some advantages include writing really well, so when essays come, I'm quite good. I can draw, and I'm smart. And I can read Shakespeare, unlike most people. I can memorize it too.
Are you sure you're 18?
Yes, I'm positive I'm 18. 1995, November 3rd.
What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is English and history, and art, and drama class. I have a lot of favorite subjects that do not involve math or science.
What is some advice you would give 8th graders?
Advice I would give 8th graders? Well, don't be me. What I'm trying to say is don't procrastinate. You'll regret it. But since you're going to probably not listen to that advice, have fun slipping up the last minute and doing things, well, quickly the last minute.
Did you like where you grew up?
Did I? Absolutely not. I mean, slightly. However, yeah, next question.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory is when my dad, or our dad, was out and my mom was sleeping and Hunter and I decided to play hide and go seek. So she came into the living room and she stood there with her hands over her face while I hid under a chair. And then she pointed to me and she started screaming at the top of her lungs, I found you! I found you! And then my parents' bedroom door opened and I bolted from my bed and pretended to sleep. And as I was pretending to sleep, our lovely mother came into the room and gave her hell. I mean, she started yelling at her, your sister's sleeping! And I'm sleeping! And I'm here trying not to laugh and cry because I didn't feel bad. I didn't want her to yell at me. So yeah, favorite childhood memory, hands down.
Do you love yourself?
Do I love myself? Absolutely not. No, I'm kidding. I do. Everyone should always love themselves.
What makes you the most happiest?
What makes me the most happiness is this man right behind me.
Actually, Madison.
No. Is this man right behind me? This is Mr. Darcy. And Twelfth Night also makes me happy. William Shakespeare makes me happy. This is for an English class, right? To Kill a Mockingbird makes me happy. The Catcher in the Rye makes me happy. Did I mention Pride and Prejudice and Mr. Darcy? Makes me happy. Oh, Mark Twain makes me happy. Pride and Prejudice makes me happy. I'm reading Jane Eyre. That makes me miserable. Like that poor girl. Her life is so terrible. I can't handle it. And major spoiler, but Mr. Rochester, what is your problem? And I don't like Wuthering Heights. Like, the characters in that book are so... go on.
Would you ever consider being an English major instead of a film director?
What do you mean? Like, first of all, I'm going into English major. I'm going to have an English major, right?
Like to be an English teacher, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to have the major, and then I'm probably going to minor in film and possibly theater, but my main goal is to be a film director. If I cannot achieve that, I will probably be an English professor or a drama teacher. One of the two. They usually just do the same thing. Yeah.
What is something that irks you, but you manage to brush it off?
What is something that irks me that I managed to brush off? Well, when you get to high school, dear children, you'll meet many people you'll hate. And they'll put on the fakest personalities, and they'll lie, and they'll start rumors. And you know what you have to do? You just have to sit there like this, smile, and pretend that everything's going to be alright. And then when you go home, don't write a status on Facebook. Just kind of, don't do anything. Don't be that person. Just write in your diary and rip it up later.
Do you prefer Facebook or Tumblr?
Well, okay, well here. Facebook I like because I get to use the chatty thingy and keep up with people. And Tumblr I like because they have cute pictures of all my favorite stuff. Namely Mr. Darcy, and Doctor Who, and Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings, and Mr. Darcy.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Who do you look up to the most?
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Probably Walt Disney.
Why?
Because, if it wasn't for that man, I probably would not be the same person that I am today. I would probably not be like, hey, let's make movies, or hey, let's go draw something, or hey, let's write short stories and plays and all that stuff.
What are you the most proud of?
And the most proud of is getting the lead in Twelfth Night as Viola and memorizing 121 lines.
What is some advice you would give somebody who's going into a play like that?
Well, considering this is my first play myself, and I accidentally got the role because everyone else was terrible, my advice is memorize your lines. Seriously, nothing is more annoying than going into rehearsal and everyone has their book in their face like this, and you're trying to be like, oh, if music be the food of love, play on. That's actually not even my character, that's Orsino. But anyways, oh, if music be the food, play on. And they're like, yeah, oh, yeah. And then they don't even care. Don't. Just memorize your lines, please. That's half the battle right there.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is the lobster.
Oh, yeah.
I have a tiny little boy myself. His name is Steve. He's a crayfish. His tank is Captain America themed. He's about this big. Love him.
What's your favorite memory with me other than the peekaboo thing?
My favorite memory with my sister will be the time at Disney World where we got into the line for Peter Pan's flight, and I'm standing here like this, and she's standing there like this, and my brother's like, "This is Peter Pan." And so in the window thing, while we're online, this guy goes, "Hey!" And my sister starts screaming and yelling, and I look over and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's Peter Pan!" And that cheeky little boy, he's like laughing, he's like, ha ha ha, and Wendy's like, "Oh Peter, you're so wonderful." And so she's skipping off and he's skipping off, and I'm like, "Oh, I just met Peter Pan," and my sister won't stop screaming and yelling, and like all the other people are like, "What the heck is happening here?" And my brother's like pretending not to know us at all. I have a big Peter Pan obsession.
Okay,
That's right, next question.
Okay, Madison. What's your favorite memory with our mother or father?
My favorite memory with my mother or father would be MegaCon this weekend. You see, we were going up to Orlando. Funny how I mentioned Orlando a lot. But anyways, we got into a bit of a traffic jam, and we saw two kids jump the fence on one side of the street and go a little bit further, and there's a banana jumping on a car, and then my mother met Crixus from Spartacus. Now that whole weekend was my favorite memory because it was just so crazy. God, it was. Oh, it was so funny. Just to go on, next question.
Your favorite memory as a family?
My favorite memory as a family? Probably any time at Disney World. Specifically the time where I tried to read Les Mis to the whole entire family and they told me not to do that, but I did it anyways and they told me to shut up. Book's only this big.
What's your advice to anybody who wants to go to college or is going into college? Is there anything to be afraid of?
Yes, there is. You're going to be in such huge debt, and you better attend I'm not even in college and I'm saying this. Attend your classes, please, because the amount you have to pay to get into college is ridiculous. But my other advice is please do your passion. Don't go into a STEM program like, science and math and stuff like that, because that's apparently where all the jobs at. Or if you love arts and the humanities and you just love your passions, do those. Sure, you might be poor, but would you rather die being a rich person but miserable? Or would you rather die being happy, with yourself and with your passions? Don't. You only have one life. Live it happy, not live it miserable and rich. I know you're all probably laughing at this right now, but guess what? I don't have to be in the classroom while you're watching me. I'll be home Friday night watching, I'll be in school, but it'll probably be my fourth, no. Well, I'll be in school being haha, they're probably watching this right now, and anyways, good advice. Do your passions. Don't fake and make money and be miserable.
Well, thank you, Madison, for this interview. I appreciate it greatly. And thank you again for answering all the questions. I've learned a few new things today.
No, you didn't. You knew this. You know me.
Not that well.
Well, I'm going to go to Pride and Prejudice now. It's good. Let's see. Yeah.